Hi everyone, this is a simple standing poses practice. Warrior 2, triangle, side angle pose. Let's get going. We'll just do 3 simple warm-ups before we begin. Standing anywhere on your mat, place your feet about hip distance apart, lean onto the fronts of your feet, lift and lower your heels. Classic heel raises, calf raises. I'm gonna turn to the side, so maybe you'll be able to see how I'm trying to keep my shoulders, my hips, over my heels. So not letting my hips go back or my chest or my belly go forward. And do about 10 more of these. Don't have to get super technical, but we just want to say hello to the ankles, to what's going to be supporting us in our foundation of our standing poses. Whoa. You can step your feet a touch further apart, turning your toes out. Let's do a little squat here. Bend and straighten your knees. Try to aim your kneecaps at your second and third toes. In general, the knees and the toes like to do things together. And it'll be pretty advantageous for the ligaments on either sides of your knees, for your knees to follow your toes. Do a couple more. You decide how low. And the next time you come up, tiptoe to the front of your mat. 1 lunge on either side. Lean onto your left foot. Step your right foot back. Keep your back heel lifted. Sweep your arms up, high lunge. Tone through your legs. Drag your feet towards one another. You might press into your feet, lift a little higher through your head, reach up through your fingertips. Release your arms down, step your right foot forward, step your left foot back, keep your back heel lifted, sweep your arms up. Tone your arms, tone your legs, drag your feet towards one another. On this side, play with wrapping your bum down. Keep that sit a little lower into your front hip. Push through your back heel, reach through your front knee, lift up through the sides of your body, lift up through your head. Release your arms, step forward. Come to face the long edge of your mat, standing in the middle. Reach your arms out wide. And then step or hop your feet wide apart, bringing your heels about as wide as your wrists. Turn your left toes to face the short edge of your mat. Line up your left heel with the center of your back arch. And this time, keep your back foot parallel with the back edge of your mat. So we're going to try 2 different alignments in the foot in Warrior 2. Bend into your front knee. Again, tone your legs, pull your feet towards one another. Can you tone all the way up into your hips, into your bum? And then from your hips, press down into both feet. Reach away with your fingertips. Lift up through the top of your head. You can look out over your left fingertips. Release your arms down. Let's try a different alignment of the back foot. Turn your back toes in or forwards, 5 degrees. Keeping that bend into your front knee. Sweep your arms out wide. And just take a few breaths, seeing how the angle of the back foot might change the experience of how your hips feel in this pose. Tone your legs, pull your feet towards each other. Maybe wrap your bum down, press into your feet, reach wide through your arms, lift up through your head. Release your arms, turn your left toes to face the side of your mat, turn your back toes to face the short edge, bend into your knee. You decide on your back foot if you want the foot parallel with the short edge or turned in a little. Or just keep going between them, see what happens. This time, in Warrior 2, cross your arms in front of you. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Bring your arms out wide. Just a different way to bring the arms up. And I find it feels like a little longer through the sides of my body if I do it this way. Tone your legs. Tug your feet towards one another. Can you keep a sense of drawing in as you drive your right hip towards your right heel? Press into your feet, reach wide through your arms, almost like you can broaden your whole body from the center, from your spine outwards. Get a little taller through the top of your head. Release your arms down. Turn your right foot toes back towards the long edge of your mat. Walk your feet back in. Give everything a little bounce, a little shake. Let's jump together this time. So you can bend your knees, point your fingers together, and then jump your feet and your arms out at the same time. Turn left toes to face the short edge of your mat. Turn back toes from parallel 10 degrees forward. So different angle for triangle. Straighten your front leg. Pull your feet towards one another. Let your pelvis tip towards your front leg. Once your tipping kind of ends, it's not going to keep going forever. Press into both feet. Reach wide through your arms. Lift up through the top of your head. There's so many different alignments of triangle that you could be in. You could be lower down, touching the floor, touching a block. I really like this variation of the arm and the leg parallel. You decide, you can touch the shin, push your shin and hand into each other. And you can also play with looking up at your top fingers. Play with keeping your knees straight as you lift up to center and pivot around to the other side. Back toes, turn your back toes from parallel 10 degrees in or 10 degrees forward. Straighten your right leg. Tip your pelvis, and as you tip your pelvis, your spine goes with it. Pull your feet towards one another. Push into your feet, get a little longer through your spine. Choose where you want your upper body and your arms to be. For a moment, turn down the volume of muscular energy in your legs, kind of let your legs kind of slump. My hip kind of sways out to the side. Now turn it back on. Pull your feet towards one another. You might feel like a lift up through your spine. Reach out through feet, reach out through arms. Maybe looking up towards your top hand. Play with keeping your front leg straight as you lift up to center. Turn your toes towards the side. You can have both feet parallel. Bend your knees, point your fingers together, and oh, bam! Cheerleading practice surprised you. Take a breath here. I need one. And we're gonna do one more standing pose, side angle pose. I love this one because it's like you get to lean on your leg. A little bit of a rest pose. Bend into your knees, fingertips to touch, and then land with bent knees. Get some good kind of rebound. And then turn left toes out. Turn your back toes 5 degrees in. Bend into your knee. Let your pelvis tip forward, similar to triangle. Lean your forearm onto your thigh. And then reach your top arm forwards, like you're trying to give something to somebody. From your fingertips, pull back. Try to pull your shoulder, your upper arm back into its socket. Keep that connection and sweep your top arm forward. Press into both feet. Lengthen through your spine. Reach out through your arm. Another way to feel the connection of pushing into your feet is that action of wrapping your bum down. It might also lift the front of your pelvis up a little bit. Press into both feet, lift up to center. Switcheroo your feet to the other side. Front heel lined up with the arch of your back toes. Back toes turned in 5 degrees. Bend into your knee. Forearm to thigh. Reach forward with your top arm. Pull from your fingertips in, kind of sucking your arm back. Keep that connection as you reach your arm overhead. Push down into both feet. Get long through your spine. And then stand up through center. Turn your toes to the side. Bend both knees, fingers point at each other. And you got it. Come to sit down for a few minutes, or maybe you lie down, knees bent, feet on the floor. If you're sitting, maybe you give your ribs and your pelvis a little circular roll. And then let gravity press down on you, whatever orientation you are in. Feeling the impacts of those standing poses on your energy, on your pulse, on your breath, perhaps on your mood or your spirit. Thanks for doing this simple practice with me today.